Hi there, welcome to another week of Connected Conversations. It's Lorena Seidel here, and this week we're going to talk about how to have a relationship with our children that it's not punitive or permissive. So how to be kind and firm at the same time all the time. What usually happens is that we're all capable of being both kind and firm. And we usually start out being kind and nice and patient because we want to have a good relationship with our children or our students. And then life is happening and maybe they're not listening, maybe they're not cooperating, things are chaotic and messy and things are out of control. Then we lay down the law, we yell, we shame, or we blame, or we punish, we take a privilege away or something like that. And then we don't like being that person. We feel badly. We hate being that parent or that teacher. So we go back to being nice again. I call this the nice and nasty dance that some of us are doing all the time, all day long. And what this creates is inconsistency. It sends mixed messages to the children. It shows a lack of clear boundaries, clear limits, clear expectations, and a lack of follow through. So what we want is to be both kind and firm at the same time all the time. Another thing that usually happens is that within our family dynamic, one parent is more on the kind side and the other one is more on the firm side. And then we compensate for the other. So we end up getting even farther away in that spectrum. So we're in polar ends of it. So every time that one of you is too kind and too wishy-washy, too permissive, too soft, then the other one feels like it has to firm things up to compensate. Or every time that one of you is too firm, too strict, too rough, too tough, the other one feels badly for the children, and then they soften it up even more to compensate for their partner's firmness. And then we send even more mixed messages, inconsistency. We teach our children to play us. We step on each other's toes. We undermine each other. So there are so many things that happen when this dynamic is in place in our families. So for this week, what I'm challenging you to do or inviting you to do is to start the conversation around this. Ask yourself, where am I in this spectrum? Am I too kind? Am I too firm? Where is my partner in this spectrum? Is my partner naturally more kind or more firm? And then even ask the children, wow, what do you think about us, our family? Is our family too kind or too firm? Are we too strict, too rigid, too authoritarian, or are we too permissive? And then ask what they think. If you were to rate us in levels of kindness and firmness, where would we land? And then start practicing a kind and firm language. And I'll teach you how to do this. So you want to say a kind statement. The kind piece is that you are understanding of the child, you're respectful of the child, you validate the child. The firm piece, you are kind, respectful, and validating of yourself and of the situation, the severity of the situation, right? So you want to say the first statement, a kind statement. So something like, I can see that you're having so much fun with your friends. And, not but, and now a firm statement. What is it that I need to say that sets a clear boundary, a clear expectation, that follows through, that puts a limit, right? So, and we have to go home now. So I can see that you're having fun with your friends playing, and we need to go home now. So now you're using a language that's kind and firm. Another example, I can see that you want to watch another show and we have to go to bed, or you have to do your homework or whatever, right? So look at situations, the top 3 situations in your family where there's usually a breakdown, where you usually end up yelling or shaming or blaming or punishing or something. And then try to identify, where was I lacking perhaps a firm, clear boundary? Because if we had to yell, we let things go too far. I always say, if you had to punish, you let things go too far. Maybe 20 minutes before that, you should have set a clear boundary or followed through, or maybe 2 days before, or maybe months ago. Sometimes we're just letting things slide and letting things go. We look the other way and we take it and we take it and we take it, and then we can't take it anymore. And that's usually when we become too punitive, right? Or too firm, too strong on that. Or look at these top 3 issues you have with your family and look if maybe it was a kind piece that was lacking. Maybe it's, I'm not validating my child. Maybe I'm not saying like, I get it, I hear you, I can see how this is frustrating for you, or I can see that this is annoying. I get it that you don't want to do your homework right now, you rather watch a show, or that you don't feel tired and you don't feel like going to bed. I get it. And right? So maybe it was a firm piece that was lacking or a kind piece. Try to identify and then practice this kind and firm language this week. Next week, we have our parenting monthly meeting, conversation, and we're going to talk about this topic and the other topics that you've been watching throughout the month in these weekly videos. But I'll help partners come together into the same page and just talk about how we can all become more kind and firm at the same time all the time. There's so much content for this. So I hope to see you then and have a wonderful week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.